My past two videos, I've done a review on Iron Gwazi and a ranking of Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. I'm not even going to review or rank anything that exists in real life. I'm basically just going to be talking what's in my head, because today, I'm going to be sharing an idea I had while I was in the shower of MODOK Ride. A very gnarly shout out to this person right here, Yadio Pagamata.
Subscribe to Serious Coasters on YouTube.com. Turn on that notification and like the video.
In the intro. Sadly, no Funko Pop in the background today. So, like I was saying, this idea, yes, I had it in the shower. I was like, scrub-a-dubbing dub-dubs, and like, I think at the time I was washing my neck. I don't even know. As I was washing, I'm like, dude, this seems like a totally rad idea. Rah! And like, it was MODOK, and MODOK's like really cool. So I just thought of it, and I told my parents, and they thought it was a fantastic idea. And so you're probably wondering, where would this roller coaster be? And would it be at somewhere like Cedar Point or Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, Tampa, SeaWorld San Diego, etc.? It would be at Universal Studios Orlando. And not Hollywood, because Hollywood sucks. And not Japan, because Japan sucks. No offense to any other countries with a Universal. Not trying to start a World War III, but positive vibes to you guys. Hashtag live, laugh, love. Very serious topic, guys. If you don't know who MODOK is, MODOK, here's a regular picture of MODOK. Here's actually a leaked image from MODOK and the new Secret Wars coming out in like 2025/2026. The cutest out of the bunch, actually. And here's how he looks in the MCU. Pretty gnarly, if you ask me. Aren't you guys bewildered? And again, with this being like a ride made up from my mind, all the statistics that I'm going to be giving are from my mind. This and like the really specific ones, like time, like how long it takes for it to go through the course, and the length of the course of the ride. I'm not like that smart. Like I'm pretty intelligent, but not like really cool intelligent like that. Hopefully one day we will see. And if I show any footage throughout this video of any ride that I might mention, it's going to be from Coaster Force. And again, props to them. Thank you very much, and give them a check out. Okay, so starting off, the manufacturer and the type of ride this is going to be. This is going to be a single rail coaster manufactured by Rocky Mountain Constructions, also known as RMC. And if you don't know what like a single rail coaster made by them is, here's a POV of Jersey Devil. It is a single rail coaster in Six Flags. I forget which Six Flags. I'll put a text right here. But basically, I'm thinking MODOK, since he's kind of like in his chair and he's kind of moving around in it and stuff, and that's just kind of how he is in the comics and like movie. Haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania yet, but it's kind of obvious how he maneuvers. But he's in his chair, and I think it'd be cool. You're in your cart and like you're moving around the course, but you're like in your MODOK chair. I'll kind of relate to that more in like when I describe the story of the ride, but I think that'd be pretty cool for like it to be a single rail coaster and you are in the MODOK chair. And in single rail coaster, it's not like I'm here and then my buddy is right here. No, you're alone. And I think like the top speed of the ride would be 70 miles an hour, which is whenever you hit that launch track. But just like whenever you go down your first hill, that I think would be a good like 65 miles an hour. Throughout the ride, I think it'd be cool to go through some inversions, like the first half of the ride, whenever you just go over the lift hill and do all your other stuff. I think it'd be cool to have like a barrel roll in there, a zero G roll, a corkscrew in there. But then, like whenever you hit that launch track, I think it would be cool to have like another barrel roll in there, because barrel rolls are a pretty good inversion. Maybe a half loop, like we kind of go up and then you kind of twist, and then as you, okay, you're going up. you twist upside down, and then you kind of like do the rest of the loop, half loop. And then just other
I
elements
don't
in it.
know, but I found these results on search.
Goodness. Oh my gosh, that scared me. Oh, anyways, I was saying airtime hills. Airtime hills will be present through overbank curves and turns. Close your book, fellas, because now we're going to talk about the story of the ride. Why'd I do that? Basically, the story would start off with you being in the queue, and in that queue, you will basically kind of learn about MODOK, because obviously MODOK isn't like Iron Man or Spider-Man, where almost everyone knows them. But basically, he was made by AIM, which is Advanced Idea Mechanics, and they wanted to make basically a human computer, mental organism designed only for computing. That's MODOK, but instead of a C at the end, or instead of a K at the end, it's a C for computing. And whenever they did that, they used, oh my goodness, I remembered his name forever, but now I can't. But that's MODOK's like actual name. I know I'm like pointing out things a lot in this video. I'll probably remember whenever I edit the video. But basically, they use him as their test subject, and they make him into the mental organism designed only for computing. Turns out things went the other way, and he revolted against them because they destroyed his body, basically. In my mind, he looks way more beautiful than he did, but his head grew in size so much more, and his arms were super little, and his legs were super little, and he basically kind of changed his name from computing to mental organism designed only for killing. And that's basically what he is. He is a human computer and just wants to kill. And he eventually started as a Captain America villain because he was jealous of his perfect body. But he has some relationships with other heroes. But in this ride, I think it'd be cool with the Hulk, because right next door in Universal Studios, there's the Incredible Hulk coaster. And obviously, if you haven't figured out by now, the MODOK ride would take place in the Marvel area of Islands of Adventure. If you didn't know there was a Marvel area in Islands of Adventure, there is. And basically, you would enter an AIM lab, and as you're in the AIM lab, basically MODOK, he's kind of like the boss after he kills everyone who made him into MODOK. He's like the boss, and he's going to basically tell you, hey, I want to kill the Hulk, help me out. And obviously, us being writers, obviously, it's fake if you haven't found out by now. Obviously, we would help him, and we would eventually go into different rooms in the queue. And obviously, with Universal being a very themed theme park, their queues are very interactive. Like, you see a lot of things. You go into different rooms, pre-shows, and he would eventually tell you that you would help him defeat the Hulk by becoming him. Not exactly head shape him, but you would get in your own chair, and you would basically help him take down MODOK by training and then eventually going out to go and attack him. Okay? And then you're finally in the station. That's where you'll load into your chairs. Honestly, I don't know how the chairs would look. But basically, it would look like MODOK's chair, obviously. And how I kind of imagine the MODOK chair train to look like is something like the Wonder Woman Flight of Courage train, with MODOK and his chair, basically. Combine them together, and that's when you'll get this train. Obviously, there's a design online, because this is all up here. And, yeah, that's how I kind of imagine the train. And you would start off, I don't know, you might take a turn, and then you'll go on a chain lift going 120 feet in the air. And when you do that, you'll kind of go down, you'll do some twisties and turnies, zero G stall, barrel roll, corkscrew, etc. And once you kind of lose speed a little bit at the halfway point of the ride, and again, I'm thinking 1 minute and 50 seconds might be like the time, somewhere around there. But at halftime, basically, that's whenever you'll hit the launch. And, oh yeah, so basically, first half of the ride can be cool to kind of take place mostly inside. Like, it'd be cool if, like, the chain lift kind of went out the building, and then as it went down, people can kind of see you as it goes down, and then it goes back into the lab, like the AIM lab. You kind of like, he's kind of talking to you through like the chair, and he's kind of teaching you how to maneuver the chair, and that's when you'll be kind of doing crazy things, and like, because obviously you're training, and training isn't perfect. Nobody's perfect. Hashtag that. Um, and basically you kind of learn, and that's whenever you might hear something like, "Oh, in breach, the Hulk has entered the facility." And you're like, "All right, let's go attack the Hulk." And that's when you enter the launch. And then when you launch, I think it'd be cool for you to exit like the aim lab. Once you hit that launch, you exit the aim lab, and you kind of, you're more smoother because you've gotten used to the MODOK chair. And as you're in this MODOK chair, you're basically imagining fighting the Hulk. And I think it'd be cool. There's basically this one element in the Incredible Hulk where you kind of like, it's called a Cobra roll, where you kind of do that and that and that. Here's actually a POV of that element specifically, and basically on this element you're doing that. And I think it'd be cool if the MODOK train at some point maybe did a 0G stall over like the beginning and then like the end of that inversion, and like you're kind of doing a 0G stall, and that would be literally the ending of the ride. You're going over the Hulk, and obviously, actually no, the ending I think would be cool if you're like MODOK like kind of making like kind of noises as if he was like defeated, as if he got destroyed by the Hulk, and like maybe there's like a Hulk statue kind of like doing that. And you're like, man, this ride seems so epic. I wish this is real. Guys. Anyways, as you kind of do the more smoother glides, you'll go over that inversion on the Hulk, doing like maybe a 0G stall. And once you exit that 0G stall, you'll kind of go as if you were defeated by the Hulk, if you were hit by him, and that's when you'll hit the brake station. And Universal can do animatronics. Let's say you go into the brakes, maybe you turn and like see an animatronic of MODOK like kind of like broken and like maybe he's not dead, but maybe he's like I don't know about this. And I think it'd be cool if like as you're exiting the ride, he's like, guys, hurry, hurry. I'm gonna self-destruct these chairs to get rid of evidence of that I've ever involved you in this. I'm helping you guys out, so leave now. And that's when you'll get up and walk out of your train, basically. And everything could be cool if you kind of stayed around for a second. You see the train kind of go into like the next room, and then like maybe a door closes, and you see like maybe there was like they added like orange LEDs to like make it look like something exploded, but in reality it's just going back into, or more people can load into it, and it just keeps going and going and going. Anyways, hope everyone can comprehend that. But let me do a sketch. Once again, like my last video, I did a very professional sketch. So as you see, this building, this box is basically a building that's AIM Lab, and like this is where most of the beginning of the ride will take place, and maybe like some of the queue. It'd be cool if it was like a kind of big building, but basically you kind of go up the chain lift over the top, and then that's whenever you'll drop. You do your things inside, do your training. Oh no, the Hulk's here. Whoa. And you launch, you do some cool like stuff around the track, and this is an inaccurate design. But I didn't draw the Hulk part, but you kind of go here, and at this point you kind of like go into a 0G stall or something. You go over the inversion on the Hulk, then you come out of it and kind of do the wonky like kind of like we're kind of wonky, I think we were defeated, and then you'll like go here, which will be the brake run, and that's where you'll end your ride. Hulk is kind of green, but this is kind of like what the Cobra will look like, but you kind of enter the inversion here, go upside down on where it's kind of more flat. It kind of goes into a loop-de-loop on this part on the Hulk ride, but you'll go over that inversion, and where maybe a Hulk statue would be right here, you go over it, go back to being level with the ground and not upside down. Wonkiness, and yeah, better sketch. But yeah, I just really wanted to share my pretty awesome idea with you guys. It wasn't really much. But another kind of look of what MODOK really looks like. It kind of even looks like this. Very accurate design of him. Props to Ems. And yeah, so I just wanted to share my idea with you guys. Give you a glimpse of what's going through my head. And if I have another pretty cool idea I'd like to share with you guys, I will do that. I will make a video about my ideas. I might start a series, literally serious ideas. Serious ideas.
Bum 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 bum
Don't know what that was, but I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, consider to subscribe, like, and leave a comment for other things you want to see. Obviously, like, if I'm gonna do a review for a ride or something, I obviously have to, like, write it, but, maybe give me an idea to start this serious ideas series. Yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys have a very magical day, and I will see you guys next video. Peace. Lastly, hashtag dab on them haters. Just ignore what I just did and here are the MODOK ride stats.